Welcome to the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
The PVL on tour continues here in Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal, as we feature our second and final game of the day between the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles, who are debuting for the first time here in their on-tour conference as they face the Akari Chargers, who are looking for their first win of the tournament. That sets us up for our matchup tonight. Jovelyn Gonzaga is ready to showcase her new teammates in this matchup against Rizal Soltones, who is continuing to be healthier and healthier as we go along in our Premier Volleyball League. Good evening to all our fans here on One Sports. On One Sports Plus, you can also watch us on RPTV and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Bianco alongside Noreen Go. We also have Alexis Tinsay, who welcomed us a while ago here in Montalban. She will be our courtside reporter still. But Noreen, obviously, this team, talking about the Chargers, they are eager to get their first win. We'll take a look at the standings of how they did in their first two matches. But for ZUS Coffee, it's a clean slate so far.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to see how they will show out tonight.
Yeah, let's look first at the standings of Pool A. As we know, 12 teams are divided into two pools and only the top two will make it to the quarterfinal round. So next leg, what a remarkable start for them, 2-0. And you can see your favorite teams below them. But focus will be on today's game. You did say that debuting ZUS Coffee will try to get their first win, as you can see that. And after today, Dip, all teams have already played.
Yeah.
So they have the fans already have a sneak peek, so to speak, with all their favorite teams.
Now, finally, people have been waiting for ZUS Coffee to take center court. And of course, one of the players that we'll talk about later is the rookie AC Minor na pag-uusapan ni Alexis Tinsay later on. But let's look at the lineup, Noreen. I am curious to find out how they will look like. They look like a formidable team already. And would you say na this conference they could be a more contender dahil nga may mga dumagdag na players from the previous one?
You know, I agree with you on that point. I am excited to see the mix of the new and the old. No, key holdovers, we have to say Chai Troncoso, Job Gonzaga, Chloe Mondoniedo. They did lose Mitch Gamit and Mika Yandok. However, they beefed up their lineup with Viola Ceballos. You can read there, Eroa, and then in the draft, AC Minor, Micah Go, and Riza Nagala. So it's interesting to see how the new will play with the veterans and then how they're gonna fare in this conference.
It's really a balanced lineup for the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles, a mix of veterans at yung mga mas bata na papasok pa lang ng ating liga. Of course, we won't be able to see Thea Gagate because of alas duties, and Riza Nogales, one of the rookies, due to an injury. Pero yung isang inaabangan ng lahat, AC Minor. Alexis, I believe you have more about her for us.
You're right on that, Dip and Noreen. I was actually so excited to share to you that I saw so much confidence coming from AC Minor. She told me, expect her to give the best and nothing less. And it's a bit of a deja vu because now she wakes up still in a blue and white uniform, but not for the Ateneo anymore, but now for the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. Now, we can talk about how she actually played as an opposite spiker in her last days in the UAAP. She told me that she's grateful for it because nag-widen ang kanyang perspective when it comes to volleyball from another position. But where she's comfortable most would be her middle position, and that is what she's playing today. She is gonna play as a middle blocker. And also, she's also happy to tell me that talagang tong pros, she's been dreaming about it ever since she was 7 years old. So let's see how AC Minor and the rest of the rookies will give back to the ZUS Thunderbelles today. Now, more on ZUS, let's talk about how Chloe Mondoniedo is excited to share her goals and dreams here on the PVL on tour.
Given na ang dami ding bago sa amin, mayroong nawala, and then gusto namin mas papalalim pa yung connection ng bawat isa sa amin and mag-gel yung team talaga. Siyempre, super happy kasi yung ibang places hindi pa namin napuntahan. Dream din namin talaga na kahit sa provinces, maka-experience sila ng live sa PVL. Hi PVL fans! Please support ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles kung saan man kami mapunta.
Kahit saan mapunta, right now they are here in Montalban, Rizal, and they have their supporters ready to see them in action tonight. But of course, we'll also talk about one of their players, Chai Troncoso, who was obviously an option for them after her stint with the Signal HC Spikers. She played her first conference with ZUS Coffee earlier this year, and boy, she played well. She almost made it to the top 10 in scoring of that conference.
You know, I always say I've talked about Chai Troncoso in previous matches, and it's always all about the fit. So it's a good story. It gives hope to a lot of other players that if you're comfortable with your new team, you can play well. She was 11th overall in scoring. She has been having the greatest volleyball career at this point in her career.
And that is the tea, courtesy of Noreen Go for Chai Troncoso. Pag-usapan naman natin ang Akari Chargers and Gretchen Sultan. As I mentioned a while ago, we're just happy to see her healthy. We know that she has had injuries, a couple of conferences, but right now she's showing that a healthy Gretchen Sultanes can be scary for the Akari Chargers.
Yeah, I like the two players that we will be talking about. Gretchen Sultan is one of them because they have similar stories, battling injuries. But you did say, if they are healthy and against Creamline, she played the entire match, 18 points. She's just looking good. And, you don't never know where the T will be if Sultanes plays well.
Right, and we're looking forward to see how she will play again as they look for their first win here in our PVL on tour. Another player that we will mention is their middle blocker, Sed Domingo, who had 12 points against her former team. She and her team faced the Creamline Cool Smashers earlier this month or last June actually in Vigan, Ilocos Sur.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it was just a similar story because they are battling injuries. Celine Domingo, a lot of people waiting for her to have a breakout conference. So 12 points against Creamline, maybe the road to 100% recovery is looking good.
Yeah.
So for Akari, they may start it out, with 0 and 2, a couple bumpy road, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish with Sultanes and Domingo. You never know.
And we are aware of her caliber. That's why we're waiting to see that performance from Sed Domingo. Let's feature the spotlight again on another rookie, this time for the Akari Chargers, na nakausap din ni Alexis Tinsay. Alexis?
Alam mo, Dip and Noreen, maganda talaga yung mga nakakwentuhan ko for today's video. Now I got to talk to another rookie, Chanita Gao, the 10th overall pick in the rookie draft. And she told me na ang dami talaga niyang kailangan niya in-adjust because in the UAAP back in the day, she had to focus on power, 24/7, prowess, physical attack. But now she realized that it takes so much balance to be in the pros. You have to have that mental calculation. You need to have that trust within your teammates. And now yung goal niya, usually kasi diba kapag rookie ka, gusto mo magpasikat, gusto mo magpasabog. But for her, it's to get the trust of her teammates. Yung makuha yung tiwala ng kanyang mga ate sa Akari Chargers. And with that, she's so excited to learn from the likes of Gretchen Sultanes, who actually, she's closest to the most. Other than that, ang pinaka talagang barkada daw niya na chinika niya sa akin is si Kamoy Cal and also si Danny Ravenna. Now, more on Akari Chargers. Let's listen in to Ellie Soyud, who talks about their learnings from their past 2 games. Let's watch this.
Ang first thing na kailangan namin improve is patience sa isa't isa. At the same time, yung connection namin kasi bago ulit yung patience sa system ni Coach Sina, which is bago sa amin. And syempre yung tiwala din dun sa sistema. Nawala din si Meet, isang malaking adjustment din ulit sa setter. Ang mindset naman namin, maglalaro pa rin kami kahit may kulang. Step by step namin yung magiging progress ng team, lalo na sa bagong sistema. Siyempre, support lang din sa mga mag-fill in ng gap ng nawala. Mag-work lang kami kung anong meron sa amin yun. Hi, PVL fans! Please support the Akari Chargers on this PVL on tour kung saan mapadpad. See you there!
Now, a big part of the PVL on tour, of course, is not just the players that we've talked about, but also the fans. So wherever we go, north, south, east, west of the Philippines, I know that you're there ready to interact with us, and that is why we have a poll question just below your screen on the Filipinas Live app. And the question is, which team will dominate the net? Don't forget to use the hashtag PVL on tour, and also hashtag PVL 2025. That's so exciting. Yung last game natin, talagang magiging intense, Dip and Noreen.
Right, we're ready to see the battle at the middle between those two teams, Sed Domingo, especially an AC Minor na maglalaban later on. Alexis, Noreen, and I are ready to give you the action here on PVL on tour in Montalban, Rizal. It's the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles versus the Akari Chargers here on Signal TV.
Filipinos Live, I can watch me. Filipinos Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multicam feature. It allows me to chat with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the United Center here in Montalban, Rizal. This is match number 12 of the PVL on Tour 2025. And this match features the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles versus the Akari Chargers. Let's first meet our officials for this match. Our first referee, Joffer Educado, national referee. The second referee is Daniel Palada, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. Center from the College of St. Benil, number 8, team captain, Chloe Mondoñedo. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 2, Carol Santos. Outside spiker from Central Philippines University, number 5, Chai Troncoso. Outside spiker from the National University, number 10, Chini Arroyo. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 15, AC Minor. Opposite hitter also from CPU, number 21, Jovelyn Gonzaga. Starting libero is number 16 from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, Eliza Eroa. And the head coach for ZUS Coffee is Jerry Yee. And now the starters for the Akari Chargers. Opposite hitter from Adamson University, number 24, team captain, Eli Soyud. Outside spiker from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 5, Gretzel Soltones. Center from the University of the Philippines, number 7, Camille Cal. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 8, Ezra Madrigal. Middle blocker also from FEU, number 13, Sed Domingo. Outside spiker from the National University, number 16, Ivy Laxina. Starting libero from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 1, Danny Ravenna. And the head coach for Akari is Tina Salak. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board.
Let's check out the starters for the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. You have Santos, Minor, Gonzaga, Mondoñedo, Arroyo, Troncoso, and Eroa. So a number of new faces for ZUS Coffee there. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, it's I believe the same starters that they had in their last outing here in the PVL on tour. But something new is that Coach Tina Salak is here. She was not in their first 2 matches in Vigan, but she's ready here in Montalban, Rizal to lead the way for the Akari Chargers. Chloe Mondoniendo still is the starting setter for the debuting ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. So many questions still because people haven't seen. This is the last team that will see action in the PVL on tour, Noreen.
Yeah, they're the last team to make their debut today. But we always talk about player movements. What about the coaches as well? You did mention Akari with Tina Salak and other teams with new coaching staff and new coaches as well. So you like the progress, actually.
Yeah. Coach Jerry, of course, still the head coach for the Thunderbelles, and they get their first point. I'm curious if this is an advantage for them, having seen all the teams play before them, or dahil ba naka-warm up na yung mga kalaban nila, mas nakapag-init-init na here in our on-tour conference.
Yeah, it could go either way because they did scout Akari for sure and made the necessary changes during their practices.
Roa coming from the high risers. Gonzaga with their attempt there. Laksina will score from the back and put Akari on the board as well. We're tied at 1-1.
Well, that's one player you want to step up in their game against Signal. Ivy Laksina only had 9 points, so you know for a fact that she's worth more than that.
Both outings for her in single digits, 9 and then 7 against Dreamline. Gonzaga picked up by Soltones. Cal, that's a bit low for Madrigal. Chance for the Thunderbelles, and there will be a net violation, I believe.
Yeah, wasted opportunity because Cal was actually there with that dig, but somebody did go into the net.
Si Coach Tina ready for the temperature here inside Inares Center in Montalban.
Oh, it is very nice for me.
I say
it's
that
very
because
cold.
tamang-tama if may jacket ka here because it's cold inside the center, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Another point here for ZUS Coffee. They're now up by a couple of points. This will be Caroline Santos on deck to serve. She last played for the Signal HD Spikers in the previous conference. To the middle, picked up by Santos. Troncoso, we mentioned her at the top of the coverage. And Soyud knocks one in for the Chargers.
That's a quick makeup of her previous hitting error, but you love the defense of Akari here in the first set.
So Laksina and Soyud on the board for them. Only one attack point so far for ZUS. And AC Minor adds to that. Welcome to the PVL.
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth. AC Minor going back to the position she loves, which is the middle, which is good for her confidence. She's so used to that.
Soyud gets another point for the Chargers. As we get this report from Alexis Tinsay first. Alexis?
Noreen back in the loud and jam-packed Inares Center. Montalban, Rizal. I actually got to talk to Bionic Ilongga, Jobs Gonzaga, who shared with me the very important thing. She reminded the rookies of the ZUS Thunderbelles, which is to stay grounded, as all players are being challenged with infusing all the systems they've ever inculcated within them. Some players come from different universities, some coming from different teams. Bilang isang coach na din ngayon, Jobs told me, sinabi niya sa Thunderbelles na napaka-importante mag-filter out. Gamitin ng maganda lahat ng mga natutunan at itapon ang mga hindi na kailangan. Bilang isang ZUS Thunderbelle, you have to be open, yes, to the potential of growing stronger, but also to learning more each game. This goes hand in hand with Liza Eroa talking about how she will contribute to the team bilang isang mature na libero who is ready to lead their line of defense. Now let's head on over back to the game.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. As we saw Minor this time getting rejected. And going back to that report by Alexis, the veteran Jovelyn Gonzaga, talking about how she can help this squad. Obviously, there are veterans, but when you look at the lineup still, your rookie in AC Minor, youngsters as well from different teams that have come to the Thunderbelles. She has the role of being a leader, a mentor for the Thunderbelles.
Yeah, ever since she joined ZUS, Jovelyn Gonzaga did say that she's there for a reason. She really came out of retirement, seriously, to join the team because she saw, she can help the team in so many ways. But she's getting playing time, which is good for her fans.
Yeah. Arroyo, covered by Minor. Gonzaga was checked. Oh, Mondoñedo going for the attack, but nice save from Laksina. Another try for the Thunderbelles. Denied by the Chargers, who will score now is 5-6.
Yeah, I did mention earlier that the floor defense of Akari is working well. Max Wanko and Danny Ravenna playing spectacular. But what about the blocking of Ced Domingo et al.?
A good adjustment after giving away a couple of points early on, but this time won't be denied as Santos now has a couple of points to lead the Thunderbelles in scoring.
Yeah, she is looking good and comfortable with this team. This is her first game with ZUS. Yeah. Pretty impressive, I must say.
Madrigal goes for another jump. Cal transfers to Soltones, who breaks the block.
Well, the two players that we actually talked about in the pre-game are playing very well and they're looking good, meaning they're looking healthy. Soltones and Ced Domingo.
They are following our script from earlier, which we talked about how they played in their previous games. A last-second effort to save that one from Troncoso. She and Gonzaga were unsure of who will get that ball.
Well, this is a comeback from Akari. They were trailing. Now they tied the game at 7. And so quick to do that.
Biglang lumihis yung bola papunta kay Troncoso. Not enough time to react. Laksina again extends. Soltones picked up by Mondoñedo. Eroa to the opposite. Second try for ZUS Coffee. The bump to Arroyo. Laksina working double time at the back. Eroa. Troncoso. At sinungkit. Ezra Madrigal for that point. And Akari will be first to the technical timeout. They are up by 1, 8-7.
Filipinos Live.
Standing in the previous conference as well as the reinforced in 2024. They had a slow start when they joined the Premier Volleyball League, going winless in their first two conferences, and then making a jump at least in the All-Filipino Conference earlier this year. They finished 7th place and they're looking good here so far.
Birth pains obviously when they joined the league, but that's why we love the draft and all the changes in players.
Yeah. A chance for them to get better. Meanwhile, that one went wide and out. So a couple of a 2-point lead now for the Chargers here in set number 1 after trailing early on.
Well, I was looking at Coach Tina Salak. She was nodding and saying that's the right way to block. They will try to elude it and hit it wide.
Another stop at the net. Chance for the white shirts. The runner for Madrigal. That goes out. Too long for Ezra.
Yeah. They had the right thing in mind. She was asking for that ball. It's just the execution, that follow through, that flick of the wrist.
Well, we're seeing touches from almost all the players as we see Rizal Nogales, one of the rookies as well for the Thunderbelles, was drafted in the 3rd round out of University of the East. Cal to Madrigal, sent back. Naabangan.
Yeah, not too comfortable with that approach. We saw that. Pretty hesitant. But what about Ivy Laksina? You did say, Dip, she is working double time at the back, playing like a libero.
Yeah. And to have 2 points to go along with that. Soyud put some spin on it. Cal goes to Laksina, picked up by Gonzaga. Troncoso with the attack. It's short. Unable to regain advantage.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we can say, like a frustrated hit, because again, the defense of Akari was on point. So it's like, oh, what can I do more? Then she hits that into the net.
Tate Nisperos, Erica Raagas, right behind their teammates. Another try for the girls in black.
The dig.
Cal tosses. Laksina. Eroa goes in for the setup. And it drops for Gonzaga, who was pleased with that point.
Yeah, I love that bump set by Eroa. Really, she knows that, the defense of Akari is good. Gonzaga has to get creative and try to find a way to put that ball down, and she did.
Yeah, that's really a good addition for the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. We also see the entry of Maika Go for the first time here on the side of ZUS Coffee. This is going to end up as a chance for ZUS Coffee. They go back to Gonzaga.
Good stop.
Troncoso this time is blocked.
Boy, Akari has found their rhythm, and really look at that. Look at the technique of the block of Eli Soyud.
Solid block from Eli Soyud. Their 3rd as a team here in set number 1, and they have a 1-point lead. Short serve. Eroa sends it. Cal sets up the play to Domingo. Ball slowed down. Gonzaga.
Oh, good save.
Free ball again. Minor this time. And she converts her 2nd point of the match.
That's a smart play executed by ZUS, because that's how you counter good net defense. You have to change things up. Go to the middles, go to the slides. You need your combination plays.
Safe to say people are anticipating her debut as the banners are out with her name on it.
Wow.
Wow, what a hit.
Watching Akari play today, it's so different from the 2 losses that they got in a previous venue, previous city, because today it's like they're communicating, they're looking good and comfortable.
Picked up by Danny. Soyud. And it trickles back to the side of the Chargers, but they're able to send it over. Minor again, another on the runner this time. Ravenna was there to save it. Domingo finds an open spot.
Boy, that connection. I mean, a lot of people, because Seth Domingo had come off the bench, nursing her injuries. They're just so excited to see them polish that connection between Cal and Domingo.
Right, binitin pa.
Yeah.
2-point lead for the Chargers. Gonzaga was not ready for it. Akari will look to capitalize. They go back to Sed, but unable to connect this time.
Yeah, pretty 50-50 still, trying to get the hang of being the go-to.
Yeah.
Again, we've seen that throughout her career.
And there will be multiple attempts for sure to get that connection perfectly.
I think she was once upon a time a finals MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Viola Sabalos was, she was.
She was.
For Kareem Line.
Yeah.
Ceballos, I think, was supposed to check in, but not allowed in that possession. But no problem, says Mondoniedo.
Yeah, you like the substitution because Troncoso has been checked.
Another one of those additions for the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles from the PLDT high-speed hitter. Ceballos now in her new squad. Oh, Laksina again flying in. Keeps the lead for Akari.
That's a smart thing to do. You challenge a smaller blocker.
That is our spike of the set, brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Where Ivy Laksina has woken up at the right side of the bed today.
4 points already. Klo goes to Ceballos. That's a bit short. Doesn't go over. But also Sed was ready to send that ball back.
Yeah. And I think nerve setting in first for Fiola Ceballos. This is her first game with her new team.
Ninibago rin siguro yung mga players na to who spent a decent amount of time in their previous clubs.
Yeah.
Oh, that one saved. So play on, Cal. There will be a challenge before that attack of Domingo. So the Chargers will call for a floor touch. Coach Ed Orculio raising that challenge card. He was calling the shots in their first 2 games for the Chargers.
Yeah, I actually thought that. I thought it was Coach Tina Sala. Coach Ed Orculio. You have the Tamarals men's and women's.
Yeah, combined effort.
Yeah, teaming up.
Was there a floor touch?
Yeah. Slide. But she looked good doing it. I wouldn't put it past her because it is Eroa.
Correct. So a successful challenge for the Chargers, and that brings us to the second technical timeout.
You know what I love about Pilipinas Live? I can watch me. Pilipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Pilipinas Love. I mean, Pilipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippines.
Is back and on tour. Watch the heart of volleyball as it goes around the Philippines, only on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. And we are also being shown on RPTV for this match. Meanwhile, the Akari Chargers are up by 3 points, 16-13. After trailing by a couple of points to start this one against ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles, they have found their rhythm. Thanks to their blocks, their defense. That one by Danny Ravena. Mondoniedo will set up the play to Arroyo. And down it goes for Chini Arroyo.
Boy, that was an exclamation point by Chini Arroyo. Look at this. Soaring for that. And we have to say, Laksina has been defending so well, but even Laksina could not handle that.
Yeah. Not that time. Soltones finds the line. As if she calculated that perfectly.
That is vintage Rachel Soltones for you, looking for these open.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Way inside, actually.
Minor was really far from it.
Back to a 3-point game. Mondoniedo sets up the play. That's going to be a point for the Thunderbelles. 3 points all of a sudden for Chini Arroyo to lead all ZUS Coffee scorers here.
And they have a full front row.
Yeah. They've got the attacking options, but they won't be able to set up a play there. Cal this time.
Whoa, good thing.
Oh, saved by the Thunderbelles and converted into a point.
Boy, if you thought early on that Akari was just going to run away here in the first set, think twice, because here comes ZUS scoring in spurts actually.
That hit the foot of Fiona Ceballos.
And Gonzaga just makes no mistake with that. Whoa!
Dug by Mondoñedo. Eroa with a bump to Arroyo. Back with the Thunderbelles. Second chance. Gonzaga. It's out.
Oh!
No, lucky break for the Chargers as it felt like the momentum swung
Yes.
to the Thunderbelles.
And you love the defense again. You know, I mean, both teams working hard to keep that ball alive.
Oh, we're actually seeing quality floor defense from both teams.
This is a great first set. I'm enjoying it.
18-16. Mondoñedo back sets to Arroyo.
Oh! Well, you know, the first time I actually covered her, I was so impressed, and she's just getting better and better.
Did see a lot of action back when she was in college with NU. But here, she is shining for ZUS Coffee. Cal. Almost a save, pero I won't get there on time. Too far. So Akari maintains a 2-point advantage.
Yeah, you know, Camille Cal's actually doing a good job in making sure her teammates are ready. It's not, I'm not only going to one person. I don't want to be predictable. Everyone has to be ready.
Yeah, number of scorers already for the Chargers. 6 players have scored for them. Soyud. Mondoñedo reacts quickly. Troncoso wanted to attack but opted to give up a free ball. Soyud again to the drop. But still saved.
Oh, good save!
Oh, Ravenna with the extension. Laxina. Binitin. And Thunderbelles will try. Battle at the net. Coach Tina wanted to go after it.
You know, she was so impressed with the reaction time. She wanted to help out.
And she hears it from the crowd who loved her effort.
But before that, what about Jove Gonzaga, you know, using her right hand to brush it back. Look at the smiles right there. Oh, you have to say welcome.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome to the PVL. As head coach.
Yeah, as head coach. Like assistant na rin siya.
Oh, good serve.
Oh, binalik. Put away there by the Thunderbelles, and we are tied at 19 all.
You know, we've seen that a lot of times, that these players, they want to drop precisely at the time that the blockers are on the way down. But the thing is, the blockers now, they have hand time.
Yeah, Troncoso was responsible for that point. Meanwhile, Kate Santiago is still cold. We mentioned malamig sa arena, so it showed in that service.
Yeah.
1-point game. Oh. Foot fault. On the serve by Madrigal. A rare error here for the server, and timeout will be called by the Chargers as we are all tied up at 20 all. Let's listen in.
Isolate dito, coach, para iwan siya sa side. Dito tayo receive. Receive one tayo. Oh, receive. One, coach. One yan. One. Receive. So make sure na kung nag-receive one tayo, commit tayo. Pag nag-commit tayo, Eli, automatic na nag-commit siya. Play ka pa. Ikaw bahala. Pero pumasa mo. So maganda. Tara. Pag nagkabalikan, block tayo automatic. Yes, coach. Pag nasa natin sa block.
Chargers! No pressure, taas lang.
The timeout here by Coach Tina Salak. The virtual race to 5 here in set number 1. We have seen a lot of good plays from both ends of the court.
Good pass.
Laksina, dug by Gonzaga. Troncoso, straight to Ravenna. Cal to the middle, and Domingo was quick to it.
Said Domingo again, you know, she wants to follow up that last match where she scored 12 points. 9 attacks and 3 blocks, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I mean, if she gets more sets, she can actually overpass that.
Yeah, she is an option, a scoring middle blocker as well. Minor, that one saved by Danny. Ivy with a send over. Roa with a pickup. They go back to AC. And Minor converts.
It did dribble over the net. That changed the pace of the ball. Danny Ravenna could not secure that big.
$21 all here in the first set. Troncoso serving for the Thunderbelles. And Laksina at the last second ditch misread that one, and the Thunderbelles are back with a lead.
Yeah, that's why coach will always say, if you are not sure or when in doubt, yeah.
Right on the line for Chai Troncoso.
That's a big service ace for Troncoso. For the ZUS fans, you want to build Troncoso's confidence.
Yeah, nabawian yan, no? Dahil nangyari rin yun sa kanya kanina on the defensive end when the ball swerved. Bonifin now in the game as the setter for the Chargers. Mondoñedo to Minor is rejected there.
You know, the focus of Akari right now at the net is on point. They're reading Mondoñedo, right? So they're also defending very well.
Magandang bawi yun for Ivy Laksina, who let the ball drop on the service ace by Troncoso. That time she gets a block. We see the entry of Toguna for the Chargers. That is John Toguna for Akari, and another point here for AC Minor. She's been racking up the points early here, now with 4.
That's the thing, if you have Chloe Mondoñedo in your team, now she will try to give you that confidence that you need.
And I think there was supposed to be another substitution there for the Thunderbelles. But the players will stay. Minor serving 23-22. She's had a good first set in the PVL. Arroyo. Cal. Soltones on the drop. Tied game again.
Well, that's just being smart and playing patient. Gretchen Soltones knows that the excitement, the action is helter-skelter. I'm just going to drop it right behind the blocker.
$23 all. That's how close it has been. Over reception, but Eroa picks it up. Arroyo. Oh, that should have been an easy point. But thanks to Liza Eroa, that point was saved and converted to the Thunderbelles.
Yeah, that is great transition from deep end to this Arroyo kill.
Thanks to Chini Arroyo for putting it away. 5 points now for her. More importantly, they are at set point.
Ngayon, wala tayong hesitation kung ano yung ibabato natin. Walang hesitation kung sino bibigyan. Pag binigyan tayo, atakin natin. Make sure lang na sa atake, compose tayo na hindi tayo mag-error. Kailangan na natin tayo 10 puntos sa punto. Hindi kakaintindihan, Joe, tibayan natin sa pasa. Pagdating naman nag-rally, may depensa tayo. Pwede kang humingi ng bola, 2 lang spiker sa harap. Tiwala mo eh. Tiwala mo.
Coach Tina using her final timeout here in the first set for the Chargers as they try to save this point.
And they'll have to contend with a full front row.
Soltones had to use her offhand. Can they finish it off here in the first?
Oh, no, not yet.
Oh, still alive. Oh! Simple play, almost a point for the Chargers. Chance for them. Not the best of plays or connection there. The push. We go on. Cal to Soltones. Not yet, says Arroyo. Mondoñedo with a bump to Gonzaga.
Still alive.
Here we go, Cal. Went for the 1-2. Nothing there. Arroyo blocked. Play continues.
Oh!
Long rally alert. The longest of the game so far. Gonzaga.
Still alive.
Wala pa rin. Soltones. And finally. Wow.
That deserves a standing ovation.
Oh, we're waiting and waiting and waiting.
One of the best rallies thus far, really. What about the reflexes of these players?
Oh, what a treat for the fans here in Inares Center, Montalban. This is only the first set as we hear this timeout from ZUS Coffee. Just as we said, first set pa lang, we heard in that huddle.
Everyone burst into laughter. Yeah, but wow. That last point, that last rally was up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. One for the books.
What a highlight that will be. On our social media pages, we will see that later on. 24 all, set point saved. Arroyo, Ravenna has played well here since she came in the game. It's another pickup. Cal to Soltones. Oh, Gretzel with a blockbuster.
Boy, she waited for the blocker. The blockers were not well established, and she punishes that block.
A bit late as well for Santos. And now it's the Chargers who are at set point. Mondoñedo to Arroyo. Picked up. Soltones goes up for it and ends it. Oh, 3 straight points for the Chargers to get set number 1. A come from behind win here. A point of the set brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's Vitamin Powered Whitening Lotion. Soltones and her 6th point to get set number 1 for the Chargers.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events.
Back inside the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal, the Akari Chargers took set number 1 in a close fashion, 26-24. Already an extended set. What a first set, Narina. We saw a lot of good plays from both teams. And then, till the end, the Chargers coming back and stealing the first set.
Yeah, I would say, Cal just did a brilliant job in distributing the ball. Everyone, we said from the start, everyone was ready. Everyone was getting touches. The middle is the opposites. But when she needed the most, she knew who to go to. It all boiled down to the last few points of that set. And it was Gretchen Soltones who just delivered the goods for Akari. But again, you did mention it was a great set. Both teams, it just boiled down to the last few points. Both teams really great volleyball. There that first set.
What did we say? A healthy Gretchen Soltones could be scary for the Chargers. Let's take a look at the numbers of how tight that was for both teams in the opener.
Yeah, 1 point in attacks, 2 points in blocks, even 1 point in error. So pretty much that's how close it was. But it was, I would say, the experience of Gretchen Soltones knowing how to finish the game. The first set's on the line. You're setting it to me. I'm gonna win this for us.
Oh, look at her, even getting the board, drawing up, I guess, some plays for her team, trying to consult with one of their assistant coaches. I think that's Juvie Mangaring for the Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Thunderbelles, Chini Arroyo with 5 points. She also had her moments for ZUS Coffee. So balanced output for both teams, especially for the Chargers. Ivy Laxina also has 6 points to her name.
Yeah.
And more than that, yung defense niya nung simula. That's what we were impressed at to begin with. What about this lady right here? 5th overall pick, AC Minor. First game, no jitters so far.
What a debut. Yes. Yeah, again, a lot of people are saying, oh, okay, Akari is 0-2. There goes the conference. But look at the way they're playing today.
Yeah.
You can never count them out.
Yeah. As we are about to begin set number 2 here in Inares Center, Montalban, we thank you all for joining us on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, on RPTV, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco with Naringo calling this match. We have Alexis Tinsay who will give us more updates at the sidelines later on. So we begin with a nice dig there, but nobody home to keep the ball up for the Thunderbelles. Soyud gets that one.
Yeah, that's how I think we started the first set. Eli Soyud was the one getting the sets, and probably Camille Cal realized we haven't mentioned Eli Soyud. I gotta go back to her.
A bit quiet.
Yeah.
And she gets the first point here. There is a buzzer. I think clarifying who the server should be for the Chargers. Official saying it was supposed to be Ezra Madrigal. So 3 point will be given to the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles.
Mental lapse there for Akari. I was wondering who's wrong because Madrigal was in front by the net.
Coach Tina says, let's forget about it.
Yeah.
It's only the start of the set. Santos serving. Cal goes to Set Domingo on the conversion. As we get this report from Alexis Tinsay. Alexis?
Dipinarine back inside the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal with 1 set to their name. I got to talk to the playmaker, setter of the Akari Chargers, Kamoy Cal, who shared to me that one of their biggest goals this preseason is to validate their middles, both veteran and rookie, to establish a stronger presence at the net and allow for a more well-rounded ball distribution across the board. It's only been a few weeks since Coach Tina Salak took the reins, and Kamoy admits it's a completely new system that they're trying to adapt to. That's why for her, the priority right now isn't about the stats or the flashy plays. It's about building trust in her teammates and trust in the process so that eventually that setter to spiker connection will come naturally. She also added that with Coach Tina, every single day is a learning opportunity. And now let's head on over back to the challenge.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. Again, a new system in play for the Chargers, which they will have this on-tour conference to get familiar dun sa sistema ni Coach Tina Salap.
And also, you have to realize that, their usual starter, like in PP Sharma, has a last duty. So, it's good also. It's a good opportunity for the rest to get more playing time, like Seth Domingo and Ezra Madrigal. If, as reported, that is the thrust right now, is to do the middles, have the middles.
Meanwhile, this challenge of a block touch, there was no block touch, and it's an unsuccessful challenge for the Chargers. They lose one simula pa lang, and score is 2-all already. Cal, this is what you just mentioned, right? The connection, feeding the middles and making them work.
I think for Seth Domingo, she wants to get back to her fine form and her physique, the physique that she's used to. So slowly but surely, it is a process if you're nursing injuries.
Oh, another nice save there for Laxina on the Troncoso attack. Soltones gives up a free one. Klo to Minor. And gets her 5th point already.
Yeah, ZUS probably saying, you're talking about the middles for Akari, but what about AC Minor and ZUS?
Look at the reach on that.
So much youth.
Which is why she was adamant in saying, I want to play middle blocker.
Yeah.
And because we are seeing what she can do in that position. Soltones bumawi. Her 7th point here. And her first in set number 2.
And Dip, what's exciting about these new draftees? UAP just concluded for the NCAA. So, they're tip-top shape.
Yeah. There's not a lot of time, I guess, to prepare, quote-unquote. But at the same time, may momentum yung mga yun because they just played.
Yes.
And Arroyo scores off the block. Kumbaga, hindi kailangan na bumalik sa kondisyon.
Yeah, they're just there.
Yeah, weeks ago, months ago, they were still playing in college. But also, that must be a whirlwind for them of emotions, diba? Na just a couple of months ago, I was still in college. Now, biglang angat sa professional. That's how it is. That's the real test for them.
It is. But we're happy for their career.
Ooh.
Wow.
And someone who has been in the pro scene for a while now knows a thing or two of outsmarting the defenders.
That is going to be the easiest point she will get today.
Sinimplihan lang Cal. Back to Soltones. So, nanasutan. 8 points and counting.
Yes, piling up.
For the 4-time best outside hitter in the PVL.
You did call it, Dip. A healthy Gretchen Soltones is deadly.
Yeah, really. So we're just really hoping that everyone stays healthy. That goes through.
Chini Arroyo, so far you like this matchup. Soltones and Arroyo going at each other.
6-5. Soyud. Gonzaga's there. Mondoñedo to the middle. Santos. Arroyo pointing that it's in, and indeed that counts.
Soyud is caught in no man's land there. She realized when she got the set she hasn't prepared.
Madrigal answers right back.
I like the play right now of Akari, because we heard Alexis's report. They did say they want to establish their middles, right? You're seeing that. So it's really making ZUS think also. It's not all wing hitters.
The Madrigal and Domingo obviously doing their part.
Whoa.
Ravenna with a save. Laxina attacks. Danny again for the cover. Back to Ivy. Just couldn't get it in. And we go to the first technical timeout with ZUS Coffee up by 2.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports?
They're in Montalban, Rizal for the matchup between the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles and the Akari Chargers. Set 1 went to the Chargers in comeback fashion. They trailed after ZUS Coffee got to the set point first. Right now, the Thunderbelles are hoping to protect the 2-point advantage. But with how the game is going, it has been really close.
Yeah. You know, the pace of the game has slowed down a bit here at the start of the second set. It's really similar to the first set. So we're anticipating that build-up. yung magka-culminate towards the end of the second set.
Crescendo eh.
Crescendo.
Paakyat na paakyat. But speaking of, yung lamang ay lumalaki na rin for ZUS Coffee. Slowly but surely, Santos making her mark. And Arroyo is back at the service line. She also has 8 points. She and Sultones from Akari are the leading scorers. Laxina, Troncoso with a reflex. Tani with a bump. Underhand to Soyud, who miscalculated, went for her offhand and sent it wide.
Yeah, they have to be careful. Talking about the Akari Chargers, a bit lax here in the second set. A couple of errors.
Now we see the entry of the rookie, Chenny Tagaud, for the Akari Chargers, the 10th overall pick in this year's draft. Na-mention ni Alexis yan at the top of our coverage in the pregame. Akala ko nga sabi niya yung mga barkada niya si Coach Tina kasi kasama rin niya sa FEU di ba? Her head coach. And quickly makes an impact.
Yeah. There's a reason for everything. Coach Tina got her out of the bench and scores. That's really smart. Look at that.
Throwing the hang time. Much needed point for Akari. Gonzaga goes to the other side and puts it in.
I was looking at the reaction of Cal. Really could not get a hand at that. That was that quick and that sharp.
Oh, look at that. Those angles are not easy to target. But they make it look so easy.
She still has that in her.
Oh, Minor tried to get out. Not enough air for the ball there. And the point for the Chargers.
It bounced off the antenna. It was helter-skelter.
Scramble na.
Oh.
Soyud serving 8-11. Good first ball. Mondoñedo to Minor. But Ravenna has done well on the floor defense. And Tagaud rewards her efforts.
I was waiting for her celebration. Her classic celebration for Tagaud is to like lean back and then like backpedal a bit. You remember that?
FEU trademark.
Yeah. So I was waiting for that. Medyo nahiya pa konti.
Mamaya daw on her third point. Nakakadalawa na siya. Troncoso! Oh, powers one in.
Well, here she comes. Chai Troncoso.
Her spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. Cal back sets to Domingo. Naibalik. They redo. They were not ready for it, but Soyud with a push.
Much to the delight of Gretchen Saltones, who knew they got lucky there.
Yeah, meron pang post-mortem muna si Karen Domingo on that miscue, but Soyud was happy to take that point. (10 to 12). A combination to Troncoso. Oh, Cal was first to it. Play continues. They will set up. Soltones. Oh, blocked. AC Minor getting her first block point as a professional player.
And a monster block at that. And she didn't want to play the middle.
Yeah.
She's showing us why. She has to back up that statement with evidence. Concrete evidence.
Ano na, 6 na yung ebidensya.
Oo.
Tagaod from the back. Minor gets a touch on it to slow the ball down. Goes for the attack. Troncoso with a save. And Arroyo gets the point. Back to a 4-point lead for the Thunderbelles.
Yeah, she just punishes that loose block. We saw that. Boy, Arroyo has been playing really well. Look at that gap between the blockers.
And timeout will be called by the Chargers, who are trailing by 4.
Nagkakalito mo eh. Kaya natin kinuha ang rotation na to para maging advantage tayo dito. Pero kung ang bola mo nandito lang, mahihirapan, nandito si AC. Konting-konti na lang yan, pinulo mo. Kaya nga natin ang Greto dito sa kanila. Kunin natin itong advantage. Okay, ngayon, sa middle naman, kailangan mag-usap lang tayo. Hindi tayo nagsasalita, bato tayo naman. Kailangan usap. Ready din yung dalawa sa likod. Let's go, cut! Let's go! Akari! Chargers!
Now you know you're doing a good job when the opposing team mentions your name in the huddle, diba, on how to limit you. And AC Minor was mentioned there by Coach Tina Salak.
Yeah. And it's not just offense. You know, AC Minor, we know, is an all-around player.
4-point game. Tagaod. Chance for the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles to get something here. But Ravenna saves that attack. And Domingo also racking up the points. She's got 5.
And again, she is looking good there. You can see, you know, the lift coming back was the vintage, said Domingo.
Mondoniedo.
Yeah.
Upset to Arroyo. Heroa with the coverage. Another try for the white shirts. This time Soltones.
Oh! Oh, the chase!
The chase by Arroyo. Back with Akari. Gretchen again. Heroa again. Wala na. Naubusan.
Good effort though by Eroa trying to mop or sweep the entire back row.
Palayo ng palayo yung volley. Look at that. Almost. Still a great effort there for Eroa, who just lies there for an extra second.
I tried. I tried my best.
More importantly, as I was about to say, na bumabangin lamang sa dalawa, Domingo commits a service error. So still some breather here for the Thunderbelles.
It's good to notice also that Coach Tina is obviously very pleased with Dani Ravenna's performance.
Yeah.
She's been staying inside the court.
Siya pa rin. Madrigal. Mondoniedo to Gonzaga. Shows with a soft touch. Putting some spin on that as we get to the second technical timeout. ZUS Coffee up by 4.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events. the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
The player down on the floor, slow to get up. Chini Arroyo might have had contact with.
Actually, sometimes when you step on an opponent's foot, you don't know the impact or how it is until you stand up. Diba? Like, she didn't want to stand up. As soon as she said, I'm okay, I'm okay.
When you put weight on it,
Yeah.
no? Kapag inapak mo na. But that, she says she's okay. She stays on the floor. Jenny asking for it. Shouted at Kamuy.
Oh!
And a net touch on the side of ZUS Coffee. So quickly, back-to-back points for the Chargers.
We're gonna challenge that.
So a challenge will be called here by ZUS Coffee on that net fault dahil they gave a point. Net fault. Eh, sinasabi natin kasi nga alam niya yung ganyang galawan eh. He's used to the movement of the players. And that is a plus for the Thunderbelles.
So do we say welcome to the...
Lahat na lang.
Lahat na lang welcome eh. Welcome to the challenge. The world of challenges.
Well, there's still some clarification though. I think kung sino yung magsaserve. So it will just be a redo. No point awarded.
No harm, no foul. No, only because also it was playable. No one had control over that rally. So sometimes if you see a team that has control over a rally, you're like, oh.
So we play on. Arroyo. Popped up by Tagaod. It's back with ZUS Coffee for the 1-2. Doesn't work. Madrigal sets up Soyun. And that ball will not go back to the side of the Chargers.
And don't look now. It's just 1 point. Is it 2 points? It's close. But what I like about what Madrigal did is she owned it. She really said, I'm going to set this. Yes, I may be the middle blocker. And she delivered a pretty good one. So it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, so officially back-to-back points. Probably going for a third straight. Soltones says yes, indeed. 10 points for the Lady Beast.
Yeah. We did prime you guys up for this part of the faster paced rallies.
That's what you're saying. The 4-point lead, not safe.
Not safe at all. Good serve.
Arroyo.
Whoa!
Tagaod. Unfortunately, couldn't send it properly, but that was good effort for the rookie.
Boy, the kids are all right. They're just their reflex is just so quick.
Soltones again scores for the Chargers, keeping them within distance.
Gotta credit half that point to Chini Tagaod, really manning the back really well and making her coach proud.
Yeah. Good substitution for Coach Tina Salak.
Yeah,
And
really
good performance so far for Tagaod. As we say so, she gets the check. Gonzaga with a push. Soltones read that one. Madrigal. Tagaod.
Oh,
Ball kept up. But eventually put down by Shai Troncoso.
yeah. This is where, when needed, the veterans come to play. Crucial moments. That's just a smart hit.
18 serving 16 here in set number 2. Arroyo, by the way, also has 10 points. She's in double digits. Soyud Eroa gets a hand on it. Just not upwards.
I like that follow through of Ellie Soyut with conviction. Look at that, with conviction.
Yeah, exclamation.
Yeah.
And the emphasis. 17 to 18. Easy over, but smart play for Caroline Santos. Just the placement on that shot.
Yeah. Just reading your opponent's defense. That's what she did. The deception there.
Micah Go will check back in. She saw a bit of action earlier in set number 1. The 17th overall pick out of CSB. Naibalik. Cal transfers to Soyud.
Oh, what a
Dug
dig.
by Mondoniedo. Domingo puts it away.
Change of direction there for St. Domingo, but what about that dig by Mondoniedo?
Yeah, look at that. But Domingo knew what to do with it.
Exactly.
Lead it up for the Chargers. Back to a 1-point game. Mondoniedo had to chase a bit to Gonzaga, putting a lot of spin on that. Tagaod waits for it. On a sharp attack. Troncoso, Cal with a read. And 2 players avoiding the ball.
Yeah, Mondoniedo knew that the momentum of her back pedal, she couldn't get to the ball right. So last minute change of decision.
Yeah, Gonzaga obviously was not prepared
Yeah,
too. She was expecting na makukuha ni Mondoniedo.
Because if you move, you get the ball. That's going to create confusion if you don't.
Guess what? We are tied 19-all. Gonzaga quickly gets the lead back.
Not anymore. That was really quick.
That was all business after that point. No celebration. More changes for the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. As we see Renee Mabilangan, who is also in her new team, coming from the High Risers. We also have Gail Pascual checking in.
First time to see action.
In a crucial time at that.
Yeah. Oh, good dig.
Steady save for Eroa. Same with Soyud. The push.
Good save.
Go with the chase. Free ball for the Chargers. Kamuy to Tagaod. And it drops. 20 all. We were at the same scoreline back in set number 1.
Boy, Chenny Tagaod is playing like she's not a rookie at all.
She started in their first game here in PVL on tour. And she is again gaining the trust of her coaches and teammates at that. Mabilangan to Minor.
Oh.
There was a net violation on the attempt. And we would expect some of those dahil kakapasok lang din ni Mabilangan, we mentioned.
Yeah. Little miscue there. But what a response. Yeah, you see that violation. What a response from Akari. Oh.
Another empty possession leads to a point for the Chargers. And another mini run by Akari gives them a 2-point lead. Take a look at this 1-2 by Kamuy Kal. And a timeout called by Coach Jerry. Veteran Jovelyn Gonzaga chiming in and telling her teammates to forget about that last sequence. This is far from over, she says.
Yeah. And what's important is really trying to get that point right after the timeout.
They only need a point
What a serve by Tagaod.
to get closer. Pascual flies in. Cal to Soyud.
Good dig.
Go with a dig. Pascual again. Bit mistimed on that jump. Been a 3-point lead for the Chargers. They are 2 points away from being up 2-0.
Yeah, well, Akari's going back to their strength. Really is their net defense. We saw that in set number 1. And it's coming out here. It's a crucial part of set number 2.
Tagaod continues to serve. Minor. That's wide. And that puts Akari at set point.
Boy, they just put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
And it's still there.
Let's see if they get a stop. Troncoso. Yes.
Much needed for ZUS. That was a long streak for Akari.
I think that was 5 straight points for the Chargers. Troncoso has to serve flawlessly here. Cal and Soltones looking to end it right away. And they do so for Gretchel's 12th point of the match. That point of the set brought to you by Myra Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. And see that once again, trailing here in set number 2, but back to win it. 2-0 in favor of the Akari Chargers here in this matchup.
about Filipinas Live? I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. I mean, Filipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments.
PVL on Tour continues here inside the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal, with the Akari Chargers up 2 sets over the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles, both coming from behind the arena. They were trailing a majority of set number 2. The Thunderbelles led by as many as 4, but again, the Chargers not giving up and then getting set number 2.
It was deja vu for me. What happened towards the end, you did say coming from behind, and who scored the last point? It was Gretchen. No, but if you're an Akari fan, you have to be happy with this team because they're playing so much better than their first 2 games today. Yeah. They're coming together as a team. It's not just one player, Early on, Ivy Lacsina doing floor defense, then you have Chenny Tagaod. It's really a mix of players playing well at different moments. Attacks, they actually out-attack them by 6 points, blocking by 1. Opponents' errors, Akari actually always has more errors, but they make up with, let's say, the attack department or one of the blocking. But I think for ZUS, one thing, again, they have to realize is they need to learn to protect their lead. In terms of talent and matchup, it's good. We can't say that, Akari is favored, right? ZUS is playing well, but they just need to know how to close the set.
And those are things that they will learn as they progress.
Yeah.
This is only their first game in the on-tour conference with a number of new players seeing action. So it's forgivable, right? We see these players who are really getting the burn and the minutes for Coach Jerry Yee. But they had their chances though. Unfortunately, couldn't close out as you mentioned. But for the Akari Chargers, they are looking good. They are on pace and they want to get their first win after losing their first 2 out in Vigan, Ilocos Sur. Before this set started, you were looking for Micah Ortiz.
Yeah. I did say, why aren't they at least trying to play her? And you see her there. No, but when the way Chenny Tagaod played in the second set, that is a perfect example of spark plug. Coming off the bench and, leading your team to that second set victory.
So we begin set number 3. Ball is lost. The players didn't know where it went.
I think it hit the face of Tagaod.
And then it got lost in translation for the Chargers.
Yeah, Madrigal didn't know what happened to that ball.
So 1-0 in favor of the Thunderbelles. Mondoniedo backsets to Gonzaga. That's going to be another point for ZUS Coffee. And a quick start.
Well, they need that. This is a must-win set for ZUS Coffee. You want to start out strong here and try to lead towards the end.
Soyud. One-hand save for Arroyo. Gonzaga on the approach. Short. We get this report from Alexis Tinsay.
Dipinarine back inside the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal. Now for the ZUS Thunderbelles, I got to talk to Chai Troncoso, and she told me this team really feels different, given that the Thunderbelles have become a force at the side with Jobs Gonzaga and solid at the back with Liza Eroa. Add to that, they're hungry middles, and you've got a squad ready to go all out. Meanwhile, rookie Micah Go enters the pros with a decorated college career, capping off a 4-peat with season and finals MVP honors. But despite all that, she told me, I'm fully watching and absorbing everything from the sidelines. It's a clean slate, and she's embracing the process with humility and hunger. Now let's see if they can keep up against the Akari Chargers.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. Really, the additions of ZUS Coffee filling in what they need, diba? Yung mga players that they need. We're happy to hear, of course, Micah Go seeing action already after
she's a go.
Yeah. Siyempre, diba?
Not related. But she's a go.
She gets the green light.
Yeah.
Diba? But she had a decorated college career as well, coming from CSB, as Alexis mentioned. Nag-champion, nag-MVP. So we're hoping to see more of that. Meanwhile, after that exchange, Akari will get the point.
Well, we thought it was a good start for ZUS. Here come Akari once again. Then you see, really, when we say it's not how you start, it's how you finish it. The first two games, they lost, but they made the changes. And they're looking really good here in this match.
3-all. Soltones from the back. Arroyo couldn't control. And lead swings to the Chargers.
Again, everybody is getting involved, Kudos really to Camille Cal. Great setting today.
4-3. Minor. That drops for AC. 7 points in her debut as a Thunderbelle.
AC Minor, ever since her collegiate days, not the tallest of middle blockers, but her IQ really is pretty good.
Yeah, and she can get up there.
Yeah.
Quickly. And as we say that, defends the net and doesn't allow that ball to get over for Tagaud.
How many times have we seen that in the UAAP? Tagaud versus Minor.
Now in the pros.
Now in black and in pink and white. Fuchsia and white.
At bumawi si Chenny Tagaud. So another deadlock here in set number 3.
Boy, Tagaud. We've been praising her since the second set, and she has not been disappointing.
And she has not gone out since she entered. Mondoñedo has had a couple of those. Her second point of the match on that 1-2.
And that was really fast.
Also a product of CSB. That one is wide for Troncoso as she apologizes to her teammates. Dikit na naman tayo dito sa simula. You're more dangerous here actually because Akari was trailing earlier at nakahabol ito. Dumidikit lalo.
Yeah. Good dig.
Soltones to the cross court.
That is like a replay of conferences ago for Greshel Soltones. That wind up, that swing. Come on. It's like she found the fountain of youth.
That serve doesn't go over for Sed Domingo. AC Minor will head to the service line.
Another good pass.
Oh, changing it up. Gonzaga just punching that ball into the air while sitting on the floor. And another save. Ortiz. Make sure that is a point. Para hindi naman sayang yung tinrabaho ni Jovelyn Gonzaga. What an effort as we go to the first technical timeout.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Tayo the Inares Center in Montalban after that previous point by the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles wherein Jovelyn Gonzaga saved the ball with grace.
Never counter out.
Oh, Ravenna again keeping the ball alive for the Chargers. It's back with the black shirts. Ortiz with a wind-up.
Good dig.
Soyud on a double pop. Play continues. We go on. Soltones out.
She knew it. Yeah. Too much power in that hit.
But what's crazy in her numbers, Noreen, is that she has 14 points and that was only her first attack error.
Of today, yeah.
So that's how much she has been on point throughout this match.
Yes. Efficiency.
Oh, but another attack error for the Chargers, this time from Madrigal. It's a 3-point lead for ZUS Coffee.
Okay, this is what we're saying. ZUS can grab the lead. We've seen that in both sets, 1 and 2. Now, learn from the first 2 sets and try to maintain this lead.
Oh, what a play for Kamuikal, who now has 6 points to her name.
Right. Look at the celebration of Coach Tina Salak. Because you know that she was once a setter, it's like extra special for Coach Tina.
One of the best to do it.
Yeah.
8-10. Mondoniedo to Arroyo. Tagaod with a save. Cal sets up Soltones. Here we go.
Hidden ball action.
From right to left quickly.
Yeah. This is a faster start of a set from both these teams.
Well, you can see Soltones smiling out there. She is enjoying herself. 9-10. Ortiz picked up easily. Tagaod from the back. Saved by Gonzaga. Arroyo will try. Had the right thing in mind, but it was out. The ZUS Coffee are confident that there was a block touch.
Well, no one's admitting, so I don't know.
Feeling ko pag nakuha out ng ZUS Coffee yung tamang challenge dahil kay Mark Santos yun.
What's his designation?
I wonder. I mean, that's what you have to find out because you're used to seeing him as an official. Alam niya eh. Alam niya eh. Sanay na sanay siyang tumingin sa mga ganyan eh.
But it's different perspective. He's sitting down.
Oo nga, iba yung angle. Another successful challenge for the Thunderbelles.
So, comic relief lang. So will his wage be dependent on the successful challenge?
Doon pala nakadepende, no?
Biglang unsuccessful minus 1.
May bonus kapag ano.
Pag 100%.
A 3-point lead for ZUS. 12-9 in favor of the Thunderbelles. Mondoniedo will set up the play. Backs it to Gonzaga. As she falls down while backpedaling. But no problem. Because she can defend right after.
Yeah, she read that. Gretchen Saltones wanted to drop it or push it over. Gonzaga with just the right technique there.
So we see another rookie enter the game for the Chargers in Villena. Quickly, they feed her. But Mondoniedo with a save. Apat ang lamang. Hinahabol ng Chargers. Akari couldn't score. Gonzaga can! And she will!
You know, Villena is not a tall middle blocker. That's why Gonzaga wanted a challenger block.
The spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan. Look at that. And a timeout called by Akari as they are down by 5. Timeout called by Coach Tina Salak, who has timed her timeouts pretty well, actually. As we see Mr. Frank Lau of ZUS Coffee.
We're going to offline.
Pwede po bang
Hanap tayo position.
subok lang. But this is the biggest lead so far of ZUS Coffee in the entire match. But quickly, Akari will cut that lead to 4.
Yeah, it's a good thing coming off a timeout. You heard Coach Tina really stress on you have to commit to the block because the back row defense will be dependent on the blockers.
Well, let's see if they'll be able to make a run here. It has been consistent for the Chargers after huddling up. But not that time. Mazarroyo, too strong of a hit. That ball ending up towards the antenna.
Well, it was a double. Double touch as well.
Viola Ceballos checks back in for the Thunderbelles. Ready to serve, 15-10. Back with their biggest lead. Medyo bumalasan na rin si Coach Tina Salak, as we mentioned, fielding in another rookie, Soyud, asking for a check. Coach Tina says they won't challenge. So we play on a 6-point advantage, which brings us to the second technical timeout. 16-10.
Filipinas Live, I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature.
Back inside the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal. The ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles continue to build on their lead. This is their largest of the match at 6. And it's Ceballos on deck to serve. Ortiz also started this set for the Thunderbelles. It has been good for them.
Oh, what a dig.
Nice save from Ceballos. Gonzaga with her right hand asking for a check.
There's a challenge for ZUS Coffee for goal touch.
She was so confident though, asking for that challenge.
The Tagawa did deny it, so that's why we're waiting for the challenge.
Medyo mabilis yung bagsak ng bola, so we didn't quite see it, but based on their previous challenges, successful ang ZUS Coffee.
You know, interesting enough, Dip, when you look at the unit of ZUS, they're pretty much all veterans. You have Ceballos, Gonzaga, Ortiz, Troncoso, Eroa.
Malayo. Medyo malayo. Hampas sa sarili niyang noo si Jovelyn Gonzaga. So, an unsuccessful challenge for ZUS Coffee because it wasn't Mark Santos who called for the challenge.
Yeah, it was Gonzaga.
11-16 in set number 3. Checked at the net. Troncoso with a chase. Chance for Akari. Tagaod with a push. And she says there's no touch. No challenge for Akari.
Because Gonzaga let it go.
Back down by 6 again. Domingo. The save by Mondoniedo. Ravenna with a pickup.
Oh!
Putting some spin on it. Minor. Flo to Gonzaga, who breaks the block.
Well, ZUS is doing a good job in adding to this lead, maintaining and adding.
Now, she has been working hard here in set number 3, talking about Jovelyn Gonzaga. A total of 12 points. And she has scored 4 in each of the sets.
Yeah, and playing it smart or at this point.
Free ball. What will they do here? They go to Troncoso. It's out. They are asking for a check.
But they will not challenge. But a substitution. But make a substitution.
Kate Santiago back on the floor. By the way, Minor has also checked back in a couple of sequences ago for Micah Ortiz. Camps Victoria on the floor as well for the Chargers. It's a point for Akari.
Back to back. That's good for their cause because this is a point wherein you want to chase. You're still down by 5.
(13) serving 18 here in the third set. Santiago, it's inside for her first point.
You sometimes wonder when you see Kate Santiago play, why doesn't she start in a lot of games? She is so talented.
Chance here for ZUS Coffee. Kate again. Off the block and out. Back-to-back points for Santiago, who puts ZUS Coffee at the 20-point mark. Timeout called by the Chargers.
Tayo umatake, tayo nagkakamali. Bakit? Either sabihin natin yung set natin, inconsistent na hindi mabato, hindi natin magawa ng paraan. Doubtful tayo dun sa klase ng atake na gagamitin natin. 8 errors tayo atake. Diba? Ito mo, ang lamang nila. Ito. So kung nako-convert natin yung attack na yun, didikit lang tayo, pero nag-error tayo. Tapos, pagbalik naman mo, pagbalik, kailangan, di ba, hindi tayo nagkaroon ng magandang transition. Kailangan na person na tayo kapag sa block. Hindi yun, naglalakad pa tayo sa block, tapos yun, maka-check out tayo, naglalakad sa first.
Coach, i-block ko yung line niya.
Open tayo dyan.
Open line tayo.
Edge tayo, ladies! Edge
Open line
tayo!
ako sa kanya.
Chargers!
The errors have been the enemy of the Chargers here in this set number 3. So we have a cute member of the audience
A fan.
who is also dressed up properly for the temperature of the venue. Jovelyn Gonzaga adds to her total with that service ace, and they are looking to pull away quickly.
Jove Gonzaga just stepping up here in set number 3. A must-win set for ZUS.
Tagaod with a much-needed point for Akari. This is not yet done, but bit of a steep hill to climb for the Chargers.
Pretty comfortable lead for ZUS.
Ito yung kailangan na agwat no? Kasi earlier, the 4 points,
Not enough.
5 points, not enough.
They can afford actually to play side-out volleyball.
Yeah, maybe this time they could get the job done. Santiago. Cal to Domingo. It goes through.
Very smart set by Cal. Really trying to use speed right now. That create that element of surprise.
Coach Tina Salak earlier mentioned that their setting has to be more consistent. Cal heeding the call. But 6 more points. Kailangang habulin dito ng Chargers. Kept up. Soltones. Mondoniedo goes to Santiago. Eroa pops it up. Gonzaga from the back with some spin on it. Soltones.
Oh, good dig.
Steady hands. Play continues. Tagaod. Oh, miss-hit. I think she was conscious of her footing.
Yeah, everything but the shot there for Akari. I think that was a great set by Camille Cal.
Chini Arroyo will replace Fiola Ceballos, who had a good stint here in set number 3. Santiago serving 22-15. It's out.
Nerve setting in here, but they have to learn to control it. It's still a pretty comfortable 6-point advantage for ZUS.
And they only need 3 points to extend this match. Domingo has to start with their service. It's a good first ball. Arroyo flying in. Domingo with a dig. Soltones. No touch. She confirms to her bench. But Coach Tina and the rest of the coaching staff will want to use this challenge for them to regroup.
Yeah, we did see the reaction of Gretchen Soltones saying, no. It was a miss-hit.
I never know. Sometimes when you think you didn't get that block touch from your opponent, well, that's what the replay is for. We'll see otherwise. But this is very important.
What did Soltones say? No, obviously Coach Tina just wants to use this as some kind of a timeout for Akari.
2020 vision daw si Soltones, sabi niya. She was sure of it. Micah Go checks back in to replace AC Minor for serving duties. 23-16 is our official score. Cal to Soltones. This time a better hit.
Probably asking herself, why didn't I do this earlier?
16 points for Soltones.
Boy, she will surpass her 18-point output against Creamline.
Pretty sure. Mondoniedo sets up Arroyo. Nobody home as the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles are at set point.
That is really learning in progress for you, for ZUS.
Good serve. Picked up by Akari. Can they close this one out? They go to Ortiz. And it drops. As the no-look from Micah Ortiz does the work. And the Thunderbelles extends the match to set number 4. Our point of the set brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. The celebration for the ladies in black as we go to set number 4.
You know what I love about Pilipinas Live? I can watch me. Pilipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Pilipinas Love. Pilipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in.
Well, welcome back to the 2025 Premier Volleyball League on tour. And ZUS Coffee and Akari, ZUS still alive in this match. This is their debut in this conference. And, they're giving Akari a tough time here. Akari looking good in the first 2 sets, but in the third set, we did post that as a challenge to the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. You need to protect your lead, and they did it in style. What a third set. And Dip, we are going to a 4th set. Good for the fans.
Right. We've seen excellent quality of volleyball. And then ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles learning from the first 2 sets where they actually had a decent lead and then losing it in the end. But in set 3, did not happen as they took that 25-17. Let's take a look at the numbers. Lots of errors on the side of the Chargers, which hurt them in that set.
Yeah, one thing Akari has to learn, we heard in the huddle, is really Coach Tina saying you had, at that point, 8 attack errors. They ended up with 11. If you look at how ZUS played, very basic, very steady. They out-attack, they block the same, 2 blocks, 1 ace, less errors. They're pretty basic volleyball. That's why they won the 3rd set. But Akari, again, listen to Coach Tina. Too many errors. First 2 sets, you were able to make up in terms of attacks. But if you take away that strength that Coach Tina said, 8 attack errors, you cannot make up for your errors, right? And that's why they lost set number 3.
Yeah, really tough for Akari there to climb back in set number 3. Meanwhile, for the Thunderbelles, Gonzaga had 5 points in that 3rd set. Arroyo had 4 for ZUS Coffee. And then we saw Micah Ortiz also being fielded in, had a couple of points. The finishing touch, she got that one. And Kate Santiago as well had had some output right from the bench.
Back-to-back points. She may have had a service error, but those 2 points were huge for ZUS. And they're opting to stay with Ortiz and Gonzaga and Troncoso. Again, veterans.
Yeah, so we begin the 4th here in Inares Center in Montalban. We thank you all for joining us on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, on RPTV, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Bianco with Noreen Go calling this one. Alexis Tinsay on the sidelines is our reporter. Gonzaga picks up from where she left off in that previous set.
Yeah, wasting no time here in set number 4 because they want a set number 5.
This is exactly how it was previously. 2 quick points for ZUS Coffee. Make that 3 in a row as a service ace delivered by Chloe Mondoniedo.
Well, I think Ellie Soyud's gotta settle her team down because she is the team captain.
Unable to get a point still. Ravenna goes after it. The underhand set to Soltones. Troncoso with a dig. We continue. Gonzaga. Wow.
Whatever works for Jove Gonzaga. Left hand, right hand.
The Bionic Ilongga showing he can do everything on the floor, and time out immediately by the Akari Chargers.
Nagsisteady tayo. Nandun sa pacing na gusto natin, nag-a-adjust yung kalaban, hindi tayo nag-a-adjust. Kailangan mag-adjust tayo. Dapat nga tayo nagdi-dictate ng tempo eh. Kaya lang nagsistop tayo.
Kayo magbabagal ng bola.
Regroup ulit. Apat lang yan.
Taas lang natin yung pasta para hindi tayo nakakasabay. Kasi nagmamadali.
Timeout called by the Chargers as they are still scoreless here. Let's get this report first from Alexis Tinsay.
Dip and Noreen back inside the Inares Sports Center in Montalban, Rizal. Talking about one of the leaders heading the pack of the Akari Chargers. Rachel Soltones told me that in these crucial times, now more than ever, it's a time for the younger players to develop mental toughness. She said that in moments like this, it's not just about skill, it's about staying present, letting go of pressure, bouncing back from lapses, and never losing sight of the end goal. Unahin ang focus at hindi ang gigil. Playing in the pros is a whole different league. According to Greta, it's about wanting the game more than anyone else on the court and backing it up with heart and grit. And the Lady Beast is leading by example. She's giving everything she's got in every rally, hoping to finish this set strong for her team. Let's head back to the action in set 4. Will Akari close this one out, or are we in for a 5-set showdown? Let's see here as ZUS Coffee serves the ball.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. Well, Soltones, that mental toughness that was talked about in the report, she has a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
But her teammates, yun yung she's hoping that she'll be able to pass it on to, especially the younger ones for the Chargers.
Actually, we're wondering when Coach Tino will bring back Ivy Laxina. You know, they need some sort of change right now. It may have worked in the first 2 sets, but things are crumbling right now for Akari.
You're right. It's been a while since we saw her on the floor. She played well on defense in set number 1. She had 6 points actually in the first set, but has gone scoreless in set 2. Set 3, I don't think we saw her see action.
Yeah, it was all Chenny Tagao.
Yeah, so we'll have to find out if we'll see her here in set number 4.
Good reflex.
Roa just showing her skills on the defensive side. Oh, it looked like it dropped. But play on.
Lucky break, I would say, also for ZUS there.
Yeah, and it turns into a point. Akari did not gamble and call for the challenge. This was...
I thought it was going to be that, but no.
It was the Gonzaga point, which brings them up by 5 here in set number 4. Ortiz serving. Back set to Soyud. Ortiz. Underhand set to Gonzaga. Again, Micah playing center. And Troncoso converts.
You talk about team effort. ZUS Coffee, all team effort.
And we go to the first technical timeout.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Love about Pilipinas Live? I can watch me. Pilipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Pilipinas Love. Pilipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register.
Goal here in set number 4. Minor getting that one. Turn up the AC some more.
Oh, he loved that set by Mondoniedo. We know Minor's new with ZUS, right? But it looks like she's been playing with them for quite some time.
Suabe lang, no? Her moves with her teammates here in this match, and especially that this is their first game. Meanwhile, Ivy Laxina finally getting a point after a couple of errors.
Yeah. That's a better swing. That's a better hit.
This time saved by Ravenna. Soyud. Down it goes.
Well, remember, Akari's got to remember how they won the first 2 sets. It was good ball distribution, right? And everybody got their touches and they were converting like Coach Tina said.
3 players.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. 3 players now in double digits for the Chargers. Soltones has 17, Domingo and Soyud with 11. Oh, Mondoniedo wanted to attack but a bit far from the net than her usual.
Well, she took something off of that. You're right. No, she hesitated a bit.
Para naman sa ZUS Coffee, Gonzaga with 16 points. And Chini Arroyo with 15. They go to Troncoso. Why not? Might be the third person to score in double digits. Now it's 7.
Do you recall when you were in the first 2 sets, we were talking about the reaction time of the defense of Akari? It has
dropped down, no?
It really dropped. You know, they need to try to find it.
And that one into the stands. Towards us. They have the ball.
Good matches are sure.
But Akari can't afford to play this type of game, just exchanging points. They have to make another run.
Yes. Like we saw in the first 2 sets.
Soltones on the drop. Mondoniedo with the reaction. Arroyo again. Naabangan. Troncoso from the back. Soyud with a save. Gretschel with her left.
Oh, what a dig.
Eroa was there to sweep the floor. So was Victoria. Ivy. Nothing there. Play on still. And that one close to the net. Minor was just ready for where that ball will go.
Yeah, but what about Victoria and her digs playing like she was enjoying herself?
Yeah.
She was playing like a libero.
This lady, by the way, is the third Thunderbelle to score in double digits. She's got 10. Talking about a number 5 overall pick. AC Minor. Mondoniedo. Soyud again. Troncoso with a save. Gonzaga from the back. Soyud again. Soltones had to adjust.
Had to stretch.
And immediately going back for defense. Gonzaga on the off speed. Cal with a dive. Push by Ivy. Kulo to Ortiz. Wala pa rin. Still playable. Long rally.
Long rally.
Soltones. If that could spark their run, that would be good for the Chargers.
Boy, the girls are huffing and puffing. That was a great rally.
Second to that rally that we saw in set number 1, right? Yun pa rin.
Yun, that's really off the charts now.
8-15. Ortiz. Naibalik. Eroa ready to set it up for Arroyo. Scramble. And it doesn't get over. But what effort by the ladies of ZUS Coffee.
And look who's coming in.
It's Santiago for more. And she had 2 points earlier in set number 3.
Yeah,
Let's
remember.
see if
Back
she
to
can
back.
add. Oh, sorry. Error there. Breaks any momentum that they were trying to build. We go to the second technical timeout. ZUS Coffee up by 7.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events.
Of ZUS Coffee here in set number 4. It has happened since the beginning of set number 3. And they have nothing on their mind except to extend this to set number 5.
Yeah. And Jove Gonzaga has been leading the charge. Or the Thunder.
Mondoniedo to Santiago. Sultan is able to keep it up. That will be awarded to ZUS Coffee. 8-point advantage.
They're going to challenge.
But last second challenge here for the Chargers. Asking for a block touch on the attempt by Soyud.
Yeah, I think Soyud.
Again, the Akari Chargers have lost their first 2 games. They're looking to get their first win on their 3rd try for ZUS Coffee. First game of the PVL On Tour Conference. They want to start off on a good note. No block touch based on our challenge.
Boy, what a commanding 8-point lead here.
Madrigal getting one in for Akari as they reach the 10-point mark, but still trail by 7. Santiago on the drop. Ravenna with save.
Oh.
A pancake save. Here comes Laxina. Oh, Heroa and Troncoso looked at each other.
Well, you know, if you look at Coach Jerry, what will he say? That's your ball, Heroa, Eliza Heroa.
But what a save there by Danny Ravenna.
Yeah, been a while.
Look at that. Tinginan, nagkahiyaan. Free ball. Not yet over. Simple push. Mondoniedo sets up Gonzaga. Jove straight to Ravenna. Laxina on the approach. Heroa with a save. But couldn't connect. Oh! And that was the right thing in mind for Danny. Just couldn't keep it in.
Oh, but Mondoniedo's down. I wonder if she's suffering from cramps.
It looks like it.
Yeah, it is cramps.
Sabi nga natin, di ba? Unang laro after quite a while for ZUS Coffee from their previous conference. I'm sure they've had their trainings and tune-up, but this is an actual game.
Oh, she is asking to be replaced here.
And with the effort that they need to put in para humaba yung laro, diba? For sure she is feeling it.
Yeah.
And ZUS Coffee will call for time in the meantime as we listen in.
Let's go, let's go! Confidence! Alright, let's go, let's go! Go there, go there, go there! Layo naman, layo naman! Alaga naman po ah!
Saan ka na? Saan ka na ba?
Let's go po! Hey, 1, 2, 3! Go!
Oh, she's coming back. I mean, Chloe Mondoniedo did signal to the, for a substitution.
We'll see how she fares in this remainder of set number 4. And you like the fight.
Yeah.
She will not be sent to the bench easily because she knows the task at hand is to extend the match to a 5th. Klo to Gonzaga. Popped up by Cal. Dug by Klo. It's back with ZUS Coffee. And Troncoso sends that long.
Yeah, now the time to commit these errors.
And earlier in the timeout, Coach Jerry pointing out Troncoso and some of the errors that have happened in this set. He puts in Micah Go to replace Troncoso. Let's see what she can do here. Ortiz! That drops for Micah Ortiz. Just timely points from the vet.
You know, ever since, we followed her career, Mike Artis, we know her attitude is she's always ready. Now she comes off the bench, she's always ready. Just give her the ball.
That's what you like for any player, right?
Yeah.
Just to be on their toes whenever needed. Ceballos back to serve. Laxina. Low chases. Gonzaga. A campfire built to the side of Akari.
You never know what Jove Gonzaga's thinking. You can't predict her shots because she can get really creative.
And another timeout for Coach Tina Salak and the Chargers.
Dumadaan sa harapan mo. Hininingan mo pa, pwede naman natin. Tsagayin natin. Diba? Tsaga pa. Malayo pa, marami pa pwedeng mangyari. Dahil din yan. Nawawala yung excitement. Diba? Hindi na rin kayo nag-enjoy. Tignan nyo, pwede natin baguhin. Tayo lang magdidictate ng pwede natin gustong gawin. Pero kung body language natin ganyan, maayaw na kagad tayo, nag-aantay na kagad tayo ng fifth set, pwede naman natin.
Let's go! Malayo pa, 1 point at a time. Tara, kaya natin to. Chargers!
Coach Tina Salak pointing out that even the body language has changed drastically for the Akari Chargers.
It's like their shoulders drop.
Yeah.
She's correct. Nawala yung excitement. Nawala talaga. Right?
Sabi ko kanina, nakangiti pa si Soltones when she was attempting. Right now you can see the struggle on their faces, the frustration. It has quickly turned into joy for the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles.
Not joy, Jove.
And go. Ayun nga, iba pag go, sabi mo. Jovelyn Gonzaga puts one away. Back to a 9-point lead. This is their biggest, or check that, 10 points is their biggest lead.
Oh.
And now it drops down to 8.
It's still 8. It's still a huge lead for ZUS. Again, they already did it in set number 3. They just need to play side-out volleyball.
Yeah. Akari needs twice as many points to tie as compared to ZUS Coffee for them to bring it to 5th and final. And Gonzaga now has 19 points in total.
Come on. Playing it smart.
First game baka mo?
And remember the previous conferences ever since she joined ZUS, she gets subbed.
Yeah.
But today, not today.
Yeah. Really in condition. Victoria gets her first point off the bench for Akari.
That's much needed. This is still possible for Akari, but you need a run.
They're looking for that person, that player,
spark, right?
To lead the way.
Like Tagaod in set number 2.
Minor. It's wide and out. They can afford some of those errors.
But they have to be careful because, again, you're leading by a lot. You're looking to the 5th set, right? You don't want to be giving life to Akari.
That is the life that they are searching for. Ivy Laxina with a service ace to cut the lead down to 6.
Yeah. He has warmed up.
(16-22) is the score. Mondoniedo underhand set to go. Ravenna with a pickup. That's an attack coming from Doguna. Eroa bump to Maika. Go! And she converts her first point. And as we say, welcome to the PVL.
Maika, go!
And sabi nga ni Alexis, welcome to Montalban.
Oh, good serve.
Down it goes for Cavs Victoria. Not yet done.
Boy, Victoria is playing well here. Remember, both in defense and now offense.
Mondoniedo goes to Minor.
Wow.
What a play!
She's got springs for legs.
It's as if they have been playing for years.
Right? I mean, Minor and Eroa in particular.
Yeah. Seamlessly fitting in this ZUS Coffee squad. They are at set point. Soyud. It's out. Oh. But point goes to the Chargers as there was a touch. Will ZUS Coffee challenge? And the Thunderbelles are looking at each other and their coaches. They will challenge.
They will.
And they showed the man.
The man
Was the successful challenges of ZUS Coffee. They're not sure as well. I'm not sure kung sino ba yung blocker nung sa atake na yun ni Eli Soyud.
I think it was Micah Ortiz, but then let's see.
It's Santiago and malayo. Santiago and Ortiz.
Good challenge.
But either way, they were far from the scene. A successful challenge for ZUS Coffee, and we are going to set number 5. As we check out this point of the set brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Stay with us as we give you the 5th and final set when we come back.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all out passion, all the time.
Back inside the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal, what seemed like a runaway for the Akari Chargers. Well, ZUS Thunderbelles knew that they could do otherwise and extend this to a 5th set. They come back, win sets 3 and 4 in the same scoreline, 25-17. And in the same manner, Narina, sa simula pa lang, they built a huge lead against their opponents.
All I can say is the tides have turned. You know, the roles have been reversed. It looks like ZUS right now is the more mature team. You saw that in their response to the first and the second set loss. In the third and fourth, they're the ones with more composure. That's why Coach Tina Salak is asking of her girls is, where's the excitement? Where's the intensity? It has shifted, really.
Yeah.
So it's anyone's game, obviously. We're in the 5th set. Look at the numbers. ZUS again. I mean, pretty similar numbers to the 4th set. To the 3rd set, wherein ZUS out-attacked, but Akari had more errors. That's pretty much the story. It's a similar storyline. So who's gonna change? Akari, are you gonna minimize your error? You have a bigger chance of winning. If ZUS plays this way, very steady, they have a better chance.
Yeah, but what else has to happen? We saw the numbers, but what do you think is the priority right now of the Akari Chargers, first and foremost, in set number 5?
First and foremost, the energy, the intensity that we saw in the first 2 sets completely vanished. Even Coach Tina was asking them, where is it? Where's the excitement? They have to find it. They have to dig deep because you want to win this match. You're down in this conference 0-2. You don't want to get further because the number 3 will play the number 6 of the other pool.
Correct.
So if let's say you don't make it to the top 2, you want to make sure you're right in the middle.
Right, and we were only getting, the top 2 teams of each pool will advance to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So you still want to have a shot of doing that, diba?
Yes.
To have less games and more time to prepare. We'll see. And nga napansin ni Coach Tina if the players of Akari Chargers will turn things around here in set number 5, as we are moments away from beginning this one. We thank you all for sticking with us. For our viewers on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, on RPTV, and on Pilipinas Live. And welcome to set number 5. We are so back, Noreen.
We are so back.
Second, fifth setter of the PVL On Tour 2025. The first one being Next Led and Petrogas, wherein the Chameleons won that back in last week, June 28th. And then, right now, is the second fifth setter. As we are underway.
Coach Tina opting to use Chini Tagaog here in set number 5.
And here we go. First point goes to the Chargers, courtesy of Eli Soyud, who has 12 points. And leading the way for them still is Gretchen Soltones with 19. Jovelyn Gonzaga has 19 for ZUS Coffee.
Yeah, the veterans stepping up.
So crucial here that we're gonna observe is yung energy of Akari, if they're able to show it. Oh, Arroyo got to it. Chance for the Chargers, and they get that one. Ezra Madrigal scores 2 quick points for Akari.
Well, you were looking for the energy. Akari recharged here in set number 5.
Go just sent in, able to receive.
Whoa!
Ball kept alive by the Chargers. Mondoñedo back to Gonzaga. Tagaad with a dig. Cal tosses. Soltones off the block and out. 3 straight points for Akari.
And remember, we talked about the reaction time. It's back. We saw the dives and, Ravenna getting a hand at the ball. So, yeah, this is the Akari Chargers we saw in the first 2 sets.
It's like they deleted their browsing history in the previous 2 sets and forgot about it. Clean slate. Went for that 4th point, but somebody clipped the net. Was it?
Yeah, it was Soltones. A little too eager in that play.
Soyud straight to Arroyo. Mondoñedo goes to Gonzaga. And Jovelyn now with 20 points. Tied again toe-to-toe against Gretchen Soltones.
Yeah, she's playing like years and years ago. She has turned back time. And she's showing no signs of fatigue.
Yeah, the veterans. It's their league. Soltones says she's got more left in the tank.
Yeah. Well, so far it has been Soltones and Gonzaga.
Mondoñedo backsets to Gonzaga, feeding the hot hand. Again to Jovelyn, second try, it works.
And giving us that right smile there, just playing it smart.
21 points. Exactly what is on her jersey.
Yeah.
Gonzaga.
Good observation.
And so Soltones naman, nalagpasan na nga yung 18 that she scored in previous match. Eli Soyud scoring for Akari and a 2-point lead for the Chargers.
This is a great 5th set.
5-3. They have to remember this is going to be a quick one First to 15, Minor remembers 12 points for the rookie.
What a debut. AC Minor.
Four serving, 5 here in the 5th. Cal back sets to Soyud with a blockbuster.
Well, Ellie Soyud, it seems like she turned something on. There's so much power, so much might there.
Oh, look at that. Wind up and then the hit. Now serving. Good first ball by Eroa. Micah Go scores.
What I'm noticing here for Akari is they're serving well. They're serving tough, but great response from Zeus. Now they're of course, Eroa has just been spectacular today.
Really the steadiest of hands. Tagaod off the block. Exchange of points from both teams.
Well, you really gotta credit her for that great pass, and she gets the kill.
7 serving 5. This is going by quickly. Mondoñedo with another drop. A 1-2 special.
She is stretching that calf.
Making sure that she gets to stay in the game and finish it. Ceballos will check back in to serve. Minor sits out.
1 point game.
Oravena was hesitant with how she would get that first ball. And it becomes a point for the Thunderbelles. 7-all. 2s and 7s across the board.
Important serve.
Better reception this time. Soltones covered by Ravenna. Gretschel again. Gets that one to go.
Well, the legs are giving in.
And we are in for a court switch as we get this report from Alexis Tinsay. Alexis?
Dipinarine back inside the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal for the last and final set of the night. Now this last stretch is all about resilience and composure for both squads. Now in the huddle by Coach Tina Salak, she's telling everyone that it's time to go all out. There is no room for errors. And for the past 2 sets, they're the ones who are giving away points to ZUS Coffee. It's because the receives have weakened, their defense, they lost it all given the rotation of the fresh legs of ZUS Coffee. She emphasized the need for in-game adjustments and better connection on the court. The focus now is on neutralizing Eroa, limiting jobs and not getting shaken by ZUS Coffee switch-ups and off-system plays. There's no more room for error. It's all about great focus in the final push. Let's see which team pulls through. Back to you, Dipinarine.
Great comprehensive report there from Alexis Tinsay, just really talking about what Coach Tina Salak wanted to happen, and they did it here in set 5 and they're doing it still. But ZUS Coffee, obviously, we saw how they played in sets 3 and 4. It's hard to put them away.
Yeah.
And they have a chance to tie this one up again. And they do so. Or rather, take the lead. They're up 9-8.
You know, I think what ZUS is doing is methodical. You know, they're just playing, like we said, how are they successful in 3 and 4 is they played very basic volleyball.
And they're sticking to their foundation. 9-8 is the score. And Arroyo won't be able to put the ball up as Soyud scores. And this is going to be our 3rd deadlock here in set number 5. No team letting up.
Yep. And let's mention the name Ellie Soyud. She has been taking charge here in set number 5.
She and Soltones woke up Tagaod gets that one. Soyud again with a power hit.
On cue.
And Akari retakes the lead here, 10-9. Timeout called by Coach Jerry Yee.
Huwag tayo basa tayo, basa. Chi, doon ka na? Nasaan ako? Pagkas mo yung stress.
Sige mo sa gitna yung open mo. One pa.
Load lang ko lang. Bardahin ko to. Kote, susunod ako. Hindi gano'n. Yung tendency niya doon. Next up, close me. Let's go, let's go. Ay, tuloy lang ha. Ayun, makatayo. Confidence. Confidence. Let's go.
Well, it seemed like momentum was on the side of ZUS Coffee after set 4. But it has transferred back and forth for both teams. The Akari Chargers have turned up the voltage here in set number 5.
Recharged.
10-9. Thunderbelles looking to tie. Kalu gets that one. Soyud straight to go. Mondoniedo chooses Arroyo. Blocked. Met at the net. And set back by the Chargers.
What a time for Ellie Soyud to come to life here in the 5th set, doing it in all parts of the court.
Get that out of here. 2-point lead. Mondoniedo. Santiago Tagaod gets a hand on it. Soltones. Oh, Eroa. Kate unable to get it. And chase as the Akari Chargers are now up by 3.
Akari Chargers relentless. You have, this is actually a perfect rotation for Akari. You have Soltones on one end, Soyud on the other end.
Yeah, this is the rotation that they want. The options that they want in front. But Santiago, babawi. Cutting the lead down to 2.
Camille Cal couldn't get out of the way on time.
Cal to the middle.
Whoa!
Denied by Micah Ortiz.
A one-on-one challenge accepted by Micah Ortiz.
Eto, pampagising, sabi ni Micah Ortiz. ZUS Coffee down by only 1 and forces Akari to call for time.
Kasi si Ate Mike, nandyan na siya, nandyan na. Kasi Ate Mike, pag pinalateral mo, medyo mahirapan siya sa laki. Pero ngayon, systematic tayo. Last 3 tayo, last 3 tayo. Ready ka dito. Okay. May pasa tayo. Ready? May pasa tayo, may atake, pero kailangan natin hindi gumover. Para diretso tayo, ha? Diretso tayo. Alam na nila na nag-quick ako, ha? Wings tayo.
Bumubulong yung setter. Hindi marinig ng teammate.
I love that.
Who was that?
That was Gretchen Soltones.
Let's see how they will do here. Oh! Another block!
Boy, Micah
Oh,
Ortiz.
wow!
Come on!
Upgrade mo na yung size.
She was actually late to close, but it's really just the timing and the angle.
12 all. Coach Tina saying may pasa, may atake, but they have to make good use of it. And that time around, they do. Ellie Soyud has come alive. 18 points in total, 7 of those here in set number 5.
Ellie Soyud, look at that. Perfect placement because there were people within the vicinity, but it was just right smack in the center.
13-12. Hang on, folks. Dog by Ravenna. The attack by Gonzaga. Mondoniedo does the same. She's cramping up. Joves. Nothing there. Tagaod. Straight to Santiago. Mondoniedo just giving it her all. And Gonzaga gets the point. And we are all tied up at 13 all.
Mondoniedo is literally dragging her leg. What a game.
What a game indeed. Welcome back
PVL.
to the 5 sets. Couldn't ask for more in this match. But Mabilangan has to step in because she will serve. 2 serving duties here for ZUS Coffee. And Soyud attacks. Santiago unable to keep it in. And the Akari Chargers are first to the match point. Look at that play. Oh, Soyud. She has sparked the run here for the Akari Chargers. And in the game is John Doguna to serve for the match. Mabilangan only went in to serve for ZUS Coffee. Miner says it's not over.
AC is still on.
And a proud dad loving it.
Look at AC Miner. Nerves of steel.
14 all. An extension in the 5th. Oh, costly error for Jovelyn Gonzaga, who couldn't believe it. They are trying to wave it off, says Coach Jerry. Forget about it. Move on tayo. Hindi pa tapos. Ellie Soyud, it's in her hands.
And you know at this point, Ellie Soyud can do no wrong.
She's gonna do a heavy serve here, but good pickup by Go. On a broken play, Micah, chance for Akari. Underhand set to Tagaod. Still alive. Kept alive by ZUS Coffee. Chenny again. No. Cal. Back to Chenny. Third try.
That's out. Woo!
It is not done. Multiple chances for Akari. They go to Chenny Tagaod, couldn't put it away. And ZUS Coffee still breathing.
Yeah, they had their chances.
Oh, they held their breaths there though. Domingo! Bit of a slip on that play. And her teammates helping her up. She got the point. But that was a slip
I think
on
also,
the runner.
yeah, I think it's also the timing wasn't there.
Yeah.
But she just made do. That was hard for you.
But she stays on the floor. And they will happily take that as they are back at match point 16-15. Tagaod on the serve. Mondoniedo to Santiago. It's out. It is out. And the Akari Chargers get this one, but first there will be a challenge.
What's that? Ball in, ball out?
Block touch.
Block touch.
And this will determine if yung challenge na yan ay accurate. Mark Santos.
Mark Santos.
Every
sorry.
time we show him, it has been successful.
This will determine if you get
The bonus. A block touch challenge is what they're hoping for, and this will be their last hope.
I think, it is hoping against hope because it didn't look out.
Oh, Santiago, was there a block touch? No. No finger moving after that attack. It is clean. It is out. And what a match that was, an unsuccessful challenge. As the Akari Chargers win this one in 5 sets. What a thriller here in Montalban.
What a comeback by Akari.
Our point of the set brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Ellie Soyud putting on the finishing touch for Akari.
When it counted the most, they needed her in the 5th set. And she delivered.
Oh, hats off to both teams really for an incredible match. And you can see even ZUS Coffee, they are smiling with their performance. They have to be pleased with what they showed.
Yeah, we have to mention Maika Ortiz coming off the bench of Gonzaga. She was spectacular.
Yeah.
The entire match. It's just sad that they have to lose, but what about the comeback of Akari?
I mean, 23 points for Gonzaga. Minor had a great debut with 13. Chini Arroyo had 17. And all the other stuff for ZUS Coffee. Coming back and forcing a fifth set, but the Akari Chargers remembering what they did in the first two sets here in set number 5. And they get their first win in the PVL On Tour Conference. And they will surely travel back home happy with their first dub after tonight. And it was tough because we saw a player coming alive with 19 points in Elisoid, but our best player of the game is with Alexis Tinsay. Alexis?
Tiffany here with me is player of the game for our last and final game of tonight. No other than Lady Beast, Gretchen Soltones, who was all over the floor for the comeback of the Akari Chargers with 23 points, 11 excellent digs, and 9 excellent receptions. So, grabe. Talagang umikot ka sa buong court nyo. So, how did it feel? It was an extended fifth set. Sobrang dikitan yung puntos. Paano nyo nakuha yung panapos?
Yun nga, sabi ko sa mga kasama ko and especially Coach Tina na nawala yung patience naman sa bawat isa and yung communication namin hindi siya continuous. So, dapat consistent kami dun sa bagay na yan.
And with that, talking about the communication, how big of a factor yung composure mo bilang isang veterano and of course yung inyong mga advice, especially during the huddles, narinig ko talaga kung paano mo pinagsabihan yung mga teammates mo, paano mo sila ginaid?
Yun nga, sabi ko, kailangan maging accountable and alamin yung role ko ano yung gagawin and stick tayo sa plan ni Coach, saka lang tayo mag-adjust.
Okay, and lastly, of course, how do you feel about your first win here on the PVL Tour?
Sobrang happy syempre kasi we lost 2 games already. And also, credits to my teammates na nagpupush din talaga and sa mga coaches namin na hindi tumitigil mag-remind sa amin.
Last but not the least, do you want to greet the fans of the PVL Tour and of course, your family members?
Hi fans ng PVL! Unahin ko muna yung boyfriend mo. Unahin ko yung boyfriend ni Danny na nasa UK kasi yun yung request niya. Thank you sa Saltified family na nandyan. And especially sa owner namin na si Sir Chris. And syempre sa fiancé ko na si Mark Jason Morada. Sa family niya Morada sa Dingalan. And sa Soltones family, especially sa papa ko Marvin Soltones. Hoy, Board, sumsta! And sa mga Akari Chargers fans, thank you po sa pagpunta ngayon.
Again, congratulations to Gretchen Soltones and to the rest of the Akari Chargers for their comeback. Now back to you, Tiffany.
There you have it. Thank you, Alexis. Our player of the game, well-deserved, Gretchen Soltones, finishing off with 23 points and the win for her team. They are so pleased. Sabi nga niya, saya ng feeling because they have lost their first 2 now on the winning column in Pool B. Our games will continue. Tomorrow, we're back here in the United Center, Montalban, in Montalban, Rizal. At 4 p.m., it will be the Chargers. They will have to get the most stress that they could tonight as they will face the Cherry Tigo Crossovers for the first match. And it will be followed by the Capital One Solar Spikers going up against the ZUS Coffee Thunderbelles. What a day of volleyball here in Montalban. And we thank you all for joining us here on our coverage on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, on RPTV, and on Pilipinas Live. On behalf of our director Al Neri, our courtside reporter Alexis Tinsay, my partner Noreen Go, my name is Dip Dipiaco saying thank you for watching the PVL On Tour. This is the heart of volleyball.